It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I promise you.
I think we're on now.
We're live streaming right now.
Hey, what's up, y'all? We've decided we're going to do the duos, the best duos of all time. Whether it be comedy duos, whether it be musical duos, whether it be songwriting duos, but we're doing the best duos of all time. And because our brother Todd has better things to do, we decided to bring Bobby, our brother-in-law Bobby, who's the coolest guy in the entire world.
The dynamite
with us.
I'm not as handsome as Todd, but I'm like
Who is?
I'm like 10 to 13% stronger, which I think means something.
I agree.
You know?
So today it's not 2Ts&aD, it's TBD.
Ooh.
So the title is TBD.
Yeah. That's
DJ, Bob, David.
When people ask me how many siblings I have, I always say TBD.
TBD.
TBD, to be determined. We'll see.
We'll see got to figure it out.
Oh, Bobby's got so many. We got so many stories with Bobby that we got to make a whole different thing about this. But he cracks us up.
Nice.
Good times.
Oh my God, I've laughed so hard I almost pooped myself several times.
Sometimes it's not just because of laughing.
Right.
Sometimes it's just because.
Well, he is getting older.
Because of the wonderful things he does.
Right.
Let's get started.
All right.
Down to business.
Top 10 of the best duos of all time. Comedy, music, anything.
Anything.
You want me to start?
Everything. You can start, Bone.
I'll start with my favorite, Michael Scott and Jim Halpert.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
From The Office.
All right. That's starting pretty contemporary.
That
you can't get wrong with that.
No, that's a pretty good duo. I'll give you that. I didn't even think about those two.
Yeah. You know, I would say that even Jim and Dwight are pretty solid comedy duo.
I thought about doing Dwight, but Michael Scott, you can't not put Michael Scott in there.
Yeah, he's got to be in the list of top duos. 100% has to be in that list. And that's a good one. That's not someone I would have thought of, honestly. Yeah. But it's great. The Office, man.
Who's next?
I don't have a top 10. I'm not going to lie to you guys, so I'm just throwing it out there. And I think the two coolest metalheads on the planet, Wayne and Garth, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
You got to have Wayne and Garth on there.
Hold on. Let me adjust my Wayne and Garth. Backups.
I was hoping we'd get Dana Carvey.
Dana
Carvey in there. So I tried to find a way to get Dana Carvey in there, and that guy is the funniest guy on the planet.
He's funny, but he's so irrelevant now. It's like
I know.
He's funny. He should be somewhere. He just
needs that one new different role. You know, I think what was that one movie that it was in? The Master of Disguise.
Oh, where he's the turtle.
Yeah, just derailed him. I mean, I've never seen it, but I'm sure it's not as bad as people say it is, right?
It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's bad.
No entertainment value at all. That I find that hard to believe.
Pretty much no entertainment value.
If you watch his Saturday Night Live chopping broccoli.
Yeah.
You went to the store.
Chopping broccoli.
We're showing our age here.
Dana Carvey, he was really well known for. Was he Ross Perot?
Yes, he was, and George Bush.
That's right.
Here's some trivia for you. Who was the host of that episode when he was chopping broccoli?
Oh my God.
She was in the skit. I'll give you a hint. She was in the sketch.
She was in the sketch. And what year? Can you give us a year? 80s?
I'd say 84, 85.
What was her name? She was I know who it is. I can't remember now.
Actress, comedian,
actress.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of the greatest franchises of all time.
Sigourney Weaver. Red hair girl.
Yeah. Okay.
Sigourney Weaver, yes.
Okay. Nice. That was a good one. All right.
Yeah. All right, my turn. Can I go? So I'm going to go a little bit more nostalgic. And they've been kind of put through the ringers the last few years. I'm going to say because this duo helped raise a generation, Bert and Ernie.
You went there. Bert
I did.
Ernie.
I did. Burner. We're going from into town, right?
You're the one. Rubber ducky, we have lots of fun.
I quite honestly, I think I learned sarcasm from Bert.
Yeah.
Bert was the most sarcastic puppet I'd ever seen. About it. Sarcastic anything.
I mean, they are iconic.
Giving Ernie the business.
Yeah.
All the time.
I'll second that, man. That's a good one. I like it.
Bo, do you remember the Christmas album? The Sesame Street Christmas album, where it was like they had to buy each other gifts, but they didn't have any money, so they each sold their most favorite thing to get each other a gift, but they got the gifts connected to the favorite things. And then Mr. Hooper, R.I.P. Mr. Hooper.
He's been dead for like 100 years, hasn't he?
Gave them their things back for Christmas. The heartfelt
what
story.
Was this? What is this now?
This was a record of Sesame Street Christmas.
Gotcha.
And they had, singing Christmas carols and everything, but there were stories in the thing too that were, inspirational Christmas stories.
Yeah.
About caring and sharing, which is what Sesame Street teaches.
And it's what Christmas is all about.
Love it.
So it makes sense.
Nice.
I like it, man. I like
Mine
it.
won't all be as child friendly, but
is it my turn?
Your turn, Bo.
I'm going to throw this one down. And you guys are too young to remember this, but Woody Allen and Diane Keaton.
Yeah, but don't tell me the movie. It was, I remember it. I've seen the movie. She wears the hats.
Yeah.
It was
Annie
Hall. Yeah, Annie Hall. Yeah.
One of the Bobby, you haven't seen it?
I'm way too young. I must be way too young.
You gotta watch it, brother. We'll leave it at that. Next one. But
I'll make you mad, Bo. I'll make you mad a little bit. I would say Woody Allen. If we were doing our overrated, underrated from last time, Woody Allen would be on my overrated.
Overrated,
yeah.
Oh, but you haven't seen Manhattan or Annie Hall, have you? Have you seen?
I've seen Annie Hall.
I've not seen either one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway.
I do recall
I love there was a movie. Woody Allen, man.
There was like a movie in the 90s that he did that was actually pretty good, and I can't remember what it was.
The Paris one. He's done so many of them; it's hard to remember. But
yeah.
Dude,
I think he kind of.
There's only two Woody Allen movies that you need to see: Annie Hall and Manhattan.
Okay,
that's it.
I'll write it on my list.
Bobby, you're next.
Nice.
All right, this is I picked this one because we're all three Ohio natives. And we're next door neighbors to these two.
Nice.
Orville and Wilbur Wright, man.
Nice.
How are these guys not the? I mean,
did you see the text that Mima sent?
I did.
Yeah.
You can tell the story.
Yeah,
I did see it.
Apparently, we have family who knew the Wrights.
Yeah,
like Wilbur. Yeah,
your great grandfather
was Margaret Lanigan and I don't remember the Oliver and Margaret Lanigan. I think it was.
Yeah, he was a train conductor.
Yeah,
and he would give them rides to Dayton. I guess, right? Something like that.
From London to Dayton.
And it's rumored, and I don't know if this is true, but it's rumored that your great grandfather or great grandfather told them to put the wings on the bike, right? That's what the text said.
That's what the text said.
Where's that plane money? Where's that plane money, baby?
Where's that plane money? Yeah. What a
We'll go with that.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Well then, TJ, you figured out a couple of years back.
But you know what? It's Uncle Rich. Uncle Rich is legit. Uncle Rich won't lie.
Nice.
Uncle Rich.
Well, you figured out on the other side that Grandpa Elsner had some famous ancestors also that created something pretty amazing.
Here. On a tangent, we're going on a tangent here.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know.
Course,
I think you should say it. Yeah. I think you should say it out loud. I think you should. Bone.
You're the one that found it out, Bone. You said.
Oh, so they had the. Are you talking about the Preparation H?
That's not what I'm talking about.
We have relatives. Our relatives.
We'll take it.
Our relatives invented Preparation H and what's the other one that's like Preparation H? It's not Preparation, but
there's some preparation involved. That's for sure. Okay. I was talking about Swiss Army Knife.
Oh yeah. August Elsner's second cousin, I believe, in Switzerland.
Nice.
Was Aquinox, who invented the Swiss Army Knife.
Boy, we're missing out on some patents here.
It's like you guys are kind of royalty, really, if you think about it.
We went off on a tangent here. We're
sorry. All right.
I think it's my turn. So I'm gonna.
We do have some cool family.
We do. So, Bone, you probably have this one on your list. We talked about these two guys last week, and you were like, meh. But I think as far as importance goes, John Lennon and Paul McCartney.
Yeah. They're number 3 on my list here.
Nice.
As far as like duos.
Yeah.
I mean, they wrote the songs together. They sang the songs together.
Yeah.
Ringo and
Do you think they pushed Ringo and George out? Do you think if they would have given Ringo and George a little bit more, the Beatles would have been better, worse? What?
Well, we all know what happened there. Yoko.
Yeah.
Well,
Yoko.
You need a percussionist, I think, don't you?
Ringo was not bad. Ringo's
a good drummer.
Yeah.
He's underrated.
He is underrated. And he's still around. He's still doing it.
Yeah.
The guy's like 80 years old and he's still throwing down.
Ringo's all-star band, right?
But man, Lennon and McCartney, the songwriting duo was the best.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the songs they've written together. It's unbelievable.
We were just in Strawberry Fields in New York, and a guy sitting there just an acoustic guitar, just jamming out. And we were there for maybe 15 minutes, and he got 4 or 5 songs, bangers, like every single one bangers, just on a simple acoustic guitar. You can't really
They changed the world of music. Lennon and McCartney did,
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll second that.
Bobby?
Well, I might have to take that one off my list. I don't have them, but I have another musical duo.
Well, throw it at us, man. Throw it at us.
Not yet.
Oh, he's going to save it.
Is it my turn?
Your best. Yeah, throw us your best.
In terms of comedy duos, I would say that every movie I loved, laughed my ass off. Probably some of the best. Farley and Spade, man.
Gosh, of course. Yeah.
How could you not love these guys, man? The best of the best right there.
Yeah.
I gotta mark it off mine.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Farley and Spade.
Hilarious,
Tommy Boy.
Absolutely hilarious.
And also one of the greatest Saturday Night Live skits of all time, of course.
Oh yeah.
Down by the river.
Down by the river. Yeah.
When Farley picks David Spade up.
Yeah.
Great. Fantastic.
I think I hope I'm not ruining some of your next choices, but I think those guys definitely harken back to like Abbott and Costello, like vaudeville comedians that most people wouldn't even recognize. That I bet we had them on our list, but we're like, they're a little too old. Let me not say them out loud, kind of thing. But they definitely harken back to those. Of Abbott and Costello, I'm trying to think of. There's another one that I can't remember that I'll think of, and I'll yell it out a little bit. But those guys definitely took that idea to the next level.
Yeah. And I had I mean, as far as entertainers and comedians, you can almost throw Penn and Teller up there. Yeah. Although they're magicians. I mean, they're obviously a magical duo, a great magical duo. I don't know. Anyway, Farley and Spade, man, you can't go wrong with that duo. One of the best.
No, you could not. And you could do Farley with a couple other guys, but we're not good there. We're not good there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw my number 4. Okay. Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder.
That's right. That's right. That's right. We bad.
We bad. We know it. We bad. We show it.
We bad.
I like it.
Bobby's too young to know that stuff.
They're crazy.
I don't know where that came from, but
that's from
I used to watch his comedy specials.
Yeah,
probably when I was like 5 or 6. Man, my dad didn't care. He let us watch like Eddie Murphy, Raw and Delirious. Yeah, I grew up on those shows.
Good stuff. Man. Bone, Stir Crazy or Hear No Evil, See No Evil? Which one?
Ooh, Stir Crazy.
Oh, really? I got to go Hear No Evil, See No Evil. Gosh, so funny.
They're both so good, though.
Yeah, some of their physical comedy and Hear No Evil, See No Evil.
Brewster's Millions. He was with Brewster's
Millions.
John Candy.
John Candy.
John Candy,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah. Pryor had some good stuff, man, back in the day when
the
he
toy.
was.
Oh, yeah.
The toy.
Would not fly today, but the toy, I just watched it probably a year ago. It stands up. It is fun. Jackie Gleason.
Remember when the what's the guy's name who he pulled his pants down? He was he was also in Burt Reynolds' movie.
Yeah. Deliverance.
Yeah.
He played in Superman. He was
Ned
Beatty.
Ned Beatty.
So great. So great. Like it would never fly today, never be made today. But if you get a chance to watch it, it is so funny. Gosh, it's
legendary.
Yeah,
legendary.
Good stuff.
All right. Anyway, we digress.
Yeah. Who's next? We're.
I got one. If you guys don't have.
Yeah, go for it.
Go.
Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane and I recently saw them in concert. And I didn't realize, or not concert, I guess. We watched we went to watch their comedy. They're hilarious, man. But one thing I was shocked by is Steve Martin's ability to play the banjo.
He's unbelievable. Yeah.
He put his band up after their show. Wow, dude, this guy is phenomenal, man.
Dude's talented.
Yeah, loved it. Loved it. That's a good one. That's a good duo. But kind of played out. Like they're getting up there, man. They're getting up there. Like
they are.
Those commercials I keep seeing. God, what
they
are they
some good ones on SNL though. They had some good.
Oh yeah, they were classic. It's hard to.
Were Steve Martin and Martin Short at SNL this like cast members at the same time? I don't think they were.
I don't think Martin Short was he even a cast
member?
Was,
yeah.
He was definitely a cast member.
Okay.
Yeah, he was one of the fun. He was the Ed
Grimley?
with the hair and everything.
Yeah.
He was all over the place.
Is that the guy with the hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
And was it Martin Joy? It was like three names, Martin, but the guy with the white hair, like the King, Prince Valiant hair, and he had the cross eye. You always go. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
I don't remember that.
He had so many things.
So much stuff.
He was.
He was in that Canadian group with John Candy.
He was. God, what was it called?
Same group that did, same guys that did Strange Brew.
Jeez, I wrote it down.
Dave Thomas and the guy who was in Ghostbusters and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and can't remember his name, who played Louis Tully. Rick Moranis.
Yes.
I wish he'd come back.
That was good stuff, man.
Yeah,
that was good stuff.
Was.
John Candy.
It's not the Kids in the Hall group, is it?
No.
It's before that.
It's not Second City.
I think it was Second City.
No, that's Chicago.
Yeah, it was.
Again, one of us will think of it and we'll board it out.
Anyway, we're digressing big time.
That's all right. All right, my turn to go.
Go for it
quickly.
So you guys know my background, so I've got to bring this famous duo out because they've been a part of pop culture since the 1940s when the and character was introduced. Batman and Robin.
Oh yeah,
of course.
Yeah,
of course.
I almost put that on mine.
Yeah,
I knew better. That would have been a duplicate. Yeah.
Here's the question: any other superhero team like duos like that are as well known as Batman and Robin? Like you say, there are duos in superheroes like Hawk and Dove, whatever
I sat there and thought about that for all day today. I was like, "There's no other Batman and Robin. Who else? I mean, Superman has nobody."
Yeah, I did have Superman and Lois as a duo, but she's not a superhero. They're just a famous duo. But yeah, as duos, I don't know.
That's it. Batman and Robin.
Yeah, that's it. I'll second that.
Yeah,
I'll second that. Man, this is going full nerd here on this one. But Mulder and Scully, man.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I still watch the X-Files to this day, man. It plays on like standard cable, and I sit and watch it like all day long, and I freaking love it, man.
It's great.
Like
it's
fantastic. Yeah. So I'd have to put them on my list, man.
That's a great one.
Got to.
Did you watch the reboot? Speaking of reboots,
I did a couple episodes.
Yeah.
But I decided that I was going to go back because I think Hulu or Netflix, one of them has so I started watching them all, and I'm waiting to get through all the episodes. I think there's 8 seasons maybe, and then the reboot, or 7 seasons in the reboot. So I'll wait to watch the reboot. But I did see a couple episodes when it first aired, but
didn't hold your interest.
Not as much. Not like the originals, man. And it's probably a nostalgic value.
Did you see them when they were original? I mean, you were like 10 years old when it came out.
Man, did it come out in the 80s?
I think it started like 90s. Early 90s.
Yeah.
Into the mid 90s.
I probably didn't watch it when it first came out, but I definitely watched reruns and it was I remember watching it in the late mid to late 90s.
That guy was legit.
Yeah. It was so cool, man. So many great episodes and some duds, but some good episodes, man.
And not for nothing, I would say that Gillian Anderson looks better now than she did. She was a pretty lady, but she looks better now than she did in the X-Files 30 years ago.
I've not seen her in.
I haven't seen her now, huh?
Google her. She looks great. She looks. I'm going to use the word. I think she looks amazing.
Is she in something like new?
Yeah, she did. She just did a biopic on Margaret Thatcher, where she looks like Margaret Thatcher in the movie. And she did a series, like one of those FBI, CIA government thing series. I can't remember the name of it. One of the millions that they have on Netflix or Hulu or whatever. And she looked good in that, but she was in a movie, I'd say in the last year or so, where she was just being herself, and she looked great. She looked great. Aging like fine wine.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her.
All right, I got one.
Do it.
Archie and Edith Bunker.
Nice. That was a good one.
You guys watch that ever?
Yeah.
A little.
Oh my God.
And then Archie's Place, right? They renamed it Archie's Place when Edith was killed off.
But All in the Family was the best. I mean,
I didn't know Edith was killed off. Why?
She was killed off. She didn't want to do it.
She was done with it.
Dude, some of the funniest stuff I ever saw. Meathead and Sally Struthers and all them. Yeah. But man, Archie and Edith, you got to watch that stuff, man.
And it was pretty kind of controversial at the time.
Right? Of course it was. Yeah, of course. Yeah. But Archie was just funny as all get out.
Yeah.
And Edith was just that annoying wife.
Yeah.
Like they took that, like, same thing with like Sanford and Son. They took that satire to such a level, and they played it at such a like deadpan level that people were like, this is how I want to think now. They like use Archie Bunker as like their baseline for how they want to be, and we're like, guy, Archie Bunker's not supposed to be the role model of the situation. I'm not saying Meathead was, or anybody else was, but he was not supposed to be a role model.
But if you just sit down and watch
right to those social issues,
you just sit down and watch those 30-minute episodes. Every one of them is funny as all get out, man.
All right,
every one of them.
I'll have to check them out.
Bobby, you never seen Archie Bunker?
I mean, I have. Yeah, I mean, I have seen All in the Family.
Yeah,
but I don't. I remember Archie and his wife, and I remember they had like the adult children, right?
Yeah, and the husband, Gloria and Meathead.
Meathead was Gloria's husband,
and they live with them. Yeah.
Rob Reiner. Rob Reiner was.
Rob Reiner.
I remember it. I just don't really remember.
Oh, dude, we gotta get you squared away with that.
It's worth watching. And then Bone Maude. It was a spinoff.
Oh, don't! I was gonna throw her down later.
Oh, really? Oh, I messed it up. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Well, and then the dad from Different Strokes, like I think he's forgotten in the past.
Mr. Drummond.
Yeah, and he was like a huge racist in the show, like a bigot, all this kind of stuff. Kind of an Archie Bunker character.
He adopted Arnold, and
in Maude he was a bigot character.
Oh, okay,
yeah. In Different Strokes he was.
Different Strokes.
Yeah. We're going way off here, but what was the one where Billy Crystal was in that?
Soap.
That was pretty good.
That was a great show.
Was pretty good.
You remember when you had the guy who had the mannequin or the puppet? and he was blindfold the puppet, and he like put something in front of him, pick something up, and he was like, and the puppet would figure out what it was. He's like, it's an apple. And they're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. How does the puppet know? And the mom's like, but the guy controlling the puppet could see it. He goes, yeah, but the puppet's blindfolded. He can't see it. So
how does that not go further? Bobby, you have no idea what we're talking about now. But there's a
I'm writing them on my list, man.
Yeah,
Billy Crystal and a couple other semi-famous.
Richard Mole from Empty Nest.
Mole, yeah, from
yeah. All this stuff's on Tubi. Everybody, go to Tubi. Man. It's all on Tubi.
Okay,
Soap
all right.
Is funny. Soap is fun. Anyway,
next. All right, here we go. My turn.
Yep.
So I have a couple that I want to do, but I think that this one is probably the one that you guys would agree as a duo, like, affected American teenagers the most at this time.
Okay.
Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're on my list. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
We were in Outer Banks, and I was just doing cornholio.
Yeah.
I am cornholio. I need tippy for my bumhole.
If you were a teen in America, you religiously watched Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, it was all like the zeitgeist. Yeah. I definitely on my list, and definitely everyone watched it.
And the best part about it is like ripping up videos that we loved.
Oh yeah,
I'd say they were the catalyst for things like Ren and Stimpy.
Oh yeah,
and Rick and Morty even on my list. So good.
Ren and Stimpy's on my list, man.
Ren and Stimpy was amazing.
Yeah,
you remember Log Bob?
Beavis and Butthead made a lot of bands.
Oh,
they made a lot of bands.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
They really did. Just from like watching them and like, I think
rocking out to them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who it was. Alice in Chains, maybe.
They did some Stone Temple Pilots because they did Creep, and they're like, "Is this Pearl Jam?" Why is he singing like that?
I didn't even think about Beavis and Butthead. That's awesome.
That's a good one. Yeah, they were on my list. Yeah, they were on my list.
Bobby, you want to go?
Here's another one that I think you guys will not disagree with.
Okay.
I was very young when this was on TV, but I loved it, and I think everyone did. What's your guys' thoughts on Luke and Bo Duke?
Oh, I threw it down.
Good old boys. Good old boys.
Duke's a hazard.
Yeah. I mean, come on, right? I remember.
You gotta have them.
Oh,
you gotta have them,
dude. I was religiously watching that show when I was like 7 years old.
Friday nights, Dukes in Dallas.
What's that?
Friday night, Dukes in Dallas.
Yeah, got
the only time we were allowed to have soda pop.
I don't.
Friday nights.
I don't remember watching
popcorn and soda pop. Yeah. After the YMCA, I think we went right. Dave?
yeah.
Luke and Bo Duke,
P. Coltrane.
That's right.
And know the show gets a lot of slack for like racism, but the only really racist part is the name and the picture on the car. I remember the Duke boys always being like so
very nice to
kind to any of the guest star, any of the or the characters, you know what I mean? Like the anybody that comes in, if they were, against Boss Hogg, you're like, we're buddies, let's do this.
That's friends.
Like they were the kindest people on the show.
Right. That's right. Agreed.
So unfortunately, just a moment in time where the thing, and we can bring it up if you want to, but that thing that now is a little bit more frowned upon by some, not frowned on by others. Whatever, I'm not here to judge. But that aspect of the show did not age well.
What are you talking about, Daisy Dukes?
That aged well. That's just fine. That's just fine. Don't worry about Daisy. She's doing all right. Bone, I think it's you.
Question. What was the name of the dog?
It was the little hound dog.
Yep.
And Roscoe P. Coltrane, it was, let me get
3, 2, 1.
Don't tell me. I'm going to get it. And it's going to be dead air for 5 minutes if we get it.
No.
I don't know. What was it?
Flash.
Dang it. I didn't even know that.
That nasty old.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's quick. Right. He was a quick dog. That's true.
Nice job.
Well, you guys are going to like the next one I got.
I'm ready.
Let's hear it.
Tom and Jerry.
Oh, yeah. Iconic. Yeah.
I had Tom and Jerry on my list, and I'm about to mark them off. Gosh darn it!
Yeah, Tom and Jerry's on my list.
Do you ever get tired of watching Tom and Jerry?
Never.
Like when it comes on,
never.
It never comes on anymore because you're not like watching Tom and Jerry. But
right, yeah.
If you're watching, if it comes on, you're like Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, you just watch it. It's like when Roadhouse comes on. It's like, or Braveheart, or Forrest Gump. It's like you've got to watch it. You can't keep your eyes off of it.
What's an episode that when you hear Tom and Jerry, you immediately think of? Like you immediately think of that episode.
Don't you believe it?
He comes down to the bricks. Don't you believe it? And then
Bobby has no idea.
I remember, shorty around and he can't rock.
Grandma.
That's the hot part right there, son.
Was there characters in Tom and Jerry? Was there an old like grandma lady and a bird?
There was. Oh, yes, there was.
You just saw her legs.
No. Oh. When you said Tom and Jerry, the first thing that came into my mind is this, like
that's Sylvester and Tweety.
Sylvester and Tweety. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Which is on my list too.
Which is another iconic duo, just like Ren and Stimpy.
I think we can put those in that category of like Bugs Bunny and Daffy, or Bugs Bunny and Elmer. Right. Anybody with Bugs Bunny. Put somebody with
Coyote and the Roadrunner.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah.
If you just sit down on a Saturday morning and watch Tom and Jerry or Bugs Bunny or like the best of Looney Tunes, you'll laugh your ass off.
It's fun.
Even as a 50-year-old or 60-year-old guy, you'll laugh your ass off.
Again, the nostalgic value of it is it brings you back to a different time, man. 100%.
And I would say that Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd got me to at least appreciate classical music.
Oh yeah,
because they did so many classical music. Yeah, the Barbara Seville. They many different classical music things. I have a stack of classical music records over there in my record collection. That and I'd say that's because of Bugs. Who says cartoons can't teach you anything? They're dummies who say that.
I call them idiots. Absolutely. Yeah. So I got to mark that off my list because Tom and Jerry was there, man.
Nice.
But I will stick with the same theme, animation, and say Rick and Morty, man.
I don't know them.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty. Imagine Marty McFly and
Bone. You've never seen Rick and Morty?
No,
that's a shame. That's a shame.
I have not.
Go to Hulu and start watching it tonight.
Like, actually, we would not be upset if you stopped recording.
Maybe we should pause the show and have you go watch Rick and Morty. So it's based off, the characters are based off of, and it was on my list, Doc Brown and Marty McFly.
Was it? I mean, it's always reminded me of that. I just
they're like time traveling or like interdimensional science stuff. It is so funny and so well written. Same guy that did Dan Harmon that did Community.
Oh yeah,
so funny and so well written. TJ, you're gonna love it. Gosh, you'll start it, you won't stop.
Yeah, you'll watch it all.
Write it down.
Write it down.
Rick and Morty.
Buddy, bring a friend.
Yeah, Verna will love it.
I'm sure she will.
Why are you watching this? It's so dumb.
She hates everything I like.
What are you eating, man? What are you eating right now? What is that?
French fries.
Is that a worm?
French fries.
It's a French fry.
French fry potatoes.
Sonic fries are the best.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Anyway.
All right. I think it's my turn.
You want next?
Yes.
Oh no, Bone, go.
Go. Me or you?
You.
Let me swallow my fry.
Don't choke on it.
Harvey Korman and Tim Conway.
Yeah, all right. All right.
Yeah,
Carol Burnett
Who are
show.
these two people?
Carol Burnett show.
Carol Burnett show.
Okay. All right.
I'm throwing down the old stuff, man. Because,
you are, man.
Like, if anybody's watching, if anybody's gonna watch, they just know the new stuff.
If you want a lesson in comedy, and you want a lesson in like being able to like ad lib and just throw stuff in to make your partner laugh, it's those two guys.
Harvey Korman and Tim Conway.
So funny. So funny. Some of the best.
Bobby, that's the Carol Burnett show.
Yeah. Okay, Carol Burnett.
Wow, right. Man, that was what's 70s, Dave?
Yeah, late 70s, early. Man, they maybe didn't get into the 80s. Maybe just through the 70s. They ran for like 8 seasons. So she did Mama's Family too. Carol Burnett was Mama's Family.
Oh, yeah. Yep. YouTube.
I know Carol Burnett.
YouTube the dentist scene.
Okay.
Oh, gosh,
it's the best.
So funny.
All right.
World's oldest man.
I'm the old guy. I'm the old guy
doing. I'm adding all these things to this list here, man. Because
write down the world's oldest man.
World's oldest man.
So funny. So funny.
Done.
Yeah. I don't know why, and they both did fine, but not in as many movies as you'd think. Tim Conway was in like the Apple Dumpling Gang. With from Three's Company and from Andy Griffith's show. I can't remember his name, but you know what I'm talking about. The Apple Dumpling Game. Who?
Opie.
His deputy. And he was
Don Knotts.
Don Knotts. Gosh, I can't remember names anymore. Yes. Yeah, Don Knotts. He did the Apple Dumpling. 2 great movies: Apple Dumpling Game and Apple Dumpling Gang Returns. Tim Conway was a genius.
He was.
I kind of remember him. I'm going to look him up. Conway?
Yeah, Tim Conway.
We got the young guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Bobby, do Tim Conway, Harvey Korman dentist scene.
Dentist scene. So funny.
All right.
If we're not lying, crying on the floor laughing, oh boy.
It's good introduction.
Okay, yep. Full sketch. All right.
All right. Well, so I have a couple. So I want to add a musician in here. We've done a couple of musicians, but and I had like 4 or 5. So can I name off like a couple of my my honorable mentions?
Dude,
I'll give you my one.
Whatever you want to do.
So I think that if we're like doing, name and name. So Hall & Oates.
Yes.
Tenacious D. Sonny and Cher. The Blues Brothers. But I had to land on, I think, one of the most iconic duos in the history of music, Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh,
of course, yeah. They were my number 5.
Wow.
Nice. Like Scenes from Asbury Park. Scenes from Asbury Park? Yeah. I'm trying to remember the name of the album.
That's Springsteen.
Oh, what am I thinking of then? I'm thinking of
No, you're thinking of the New York City Central Park ones.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Just standing there, them the guitar, just jamming out, harmonizing. Love it.
As far as duos musically, Simon and Garfunkel are right there behind the Beatles, Lennon and McCartney.
I agree. And then Paul Simon's solo stuff.
Oh yeah,
clearly blowing people out of the water with his talent and all that good stuff.
Let's ask the young guy. What do you think, Bobby?
I love it, but I'm really shocked in that mix of all these names of duos, musical duos. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince thing come out. The hell, man? What's happening?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, they were quite a duo. Let's be honest.
Well, it was a story about how their lives got flipped, turned upside down. So let me just take a minute. Just sit right there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do
that. But no, I'm with you. Simon and Garfunkel. And then who did that? Who just did maybe 3 years ago or maybe around COVID? A remake of a Simon and Garfunkel that was just
Stained, maybe, or
maybe it was Stained. Stained, Disturbed,
that like heavy metal version of it.
Yeah, Disturbed. Yeah,
that was
dude, phenomenal. And then it just made me love Simon and Garfunkel even more because the version Disturbed did was phenomenal, but I still went back to like, all right, now I got to listen to the original boys sing this song. But yeah. I'm with you. That's a good one.
There is, not to sidetrack us again, but there is a comedy group, 2 young ladies who you'd recognize their faces if you saw them, but they have a comedic duo where they play guitar and sing songs. They do original comedic songs called Garfunkel and Oates. So not Simon and Garfunkel and Hall and Oates, but Garfunkel and Oates. They picked the worst guys. Sorry, quote unquote, the worst guys.
Right.
Garfunkel and Oates, they're funny. If you've never heard them, check them out. Garfunkel and Oates are funny.
Let me throw one down real quick. Let me throw one down.
Yep, do it.
John Cleese and Eric Idle.
Yeah.
You know those names?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
She turned me into a newt. A newt.
Gleese was in like Will and Grace, right?
Oh no. We're not going there. We're going.
They might have been in an episode of Will and Grace.
We're going John Cleese and Eric Idle. Monty
Python.
I mean, it's pretty pathetic, dude, that I got to sit here and look all these people up.
You know Monty Python, right? Search for the Holy Grail, Life of Brian.
Have you seen the Holy Grail?
John Cleese. Okay, he was 100% on Will and Grace.
Yeah, I think they did a guest stint on Will and Grace. One of them.
He was the love interest of what's her name? Jeez,
Karen.
I can't remember.
The Karen character, is that
Karen? Karen. Yeah.
I tried to throw them in there, but I was like,
your sister makes me watch them.
I know.
And it's hilarious, dude.
Shannon loves her.
It's a good show. It's got funny stuff. It's
so
good show.
Funny, man. You can't it's a great show. And they're not on my list of duos, but I could see where you would consider throwing them in. Yeah. 100%.
Bone, what do you think is the funniest Monty Python skit? Let's do skit, and then we'll do movies.
Skit, as far as like in a
from Flying Circus.
Oh, every sperm is sacred.
Nice.
That's my favorite.
That's my favorite. And then they put it in. The movie. I can't remember which movie it's from.
Oh, it's in, God.
One of the movies. Go watch them all. They're hilarious.
Yeah. Every sperm is sacred. You got to Google that, and it's the best.
It might be Life of Brian.
There's like 7. There's like 45 kids. It's the best.
They're all in. It's like in the rundown apartments, houses. They're all like coming out of the woodworks, like dropping out.
I'm kind of afraid to Google that. Actually, I may not. I may have to wait until
it's done very tastefully.
Google every sperm is sacred.
Okay,
it's one of the best.
It's great.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to throw this one out, and I'm really surprised. At least TJ hasn't thrown this out yet. I'm really and a little upset about it too.
I'm waiting for you,
Jordan and Pippen, man.
Oh,
and then we can go. We can say Jordan Pippen. We could say Stockton Malone.
He was right down there.
He was on the list. All right.
Yeah.
Just have to
throw Jordan and Pippen, man.
What? Yeah. What? I mean,
about two of the best basketball players of all time.
And it was when basketball was fun to watch, man. I can't get into it anymore, but God, I used to love Jordan and Pippen, Malone and Stockton and Drexler and Sean Kemp. My boys are really into basketball, and they would still prefer to watch the old stuff because it was so good, man.
Now, would they watch Bird and McHale?
Would they? I mean, they know Bird very well, and that's they were on my short list of basketball duos. Believe me,
Bird and McHale versus Magic and Kareem.
That's big time. That's big time.
That's before Jordan. Kind of before Jordan.
Magic and Kareem would have been.
Magic and Kareem, man.
They would have been a tough. I don't know that McHale could have kept up. No doubt about it.
Well, we're talking about duos.
Bird
and who beside McHale? Bird and who? Larry Bird.
Well, it's got to be McHale. I thought we were doing a versus thing. Sure. And I was going to say Magic and Kareem would definitely beat Bird and McHale, only because McHale couldn't have kept up, I don't think. And same with Jordan Pippen. Yeah. I don't know that they could have kept up with Magic and Kareem. Oof, that's a tough duo to beat.
They were legit.
Yeah.
And they had James Worthy, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Those big goggles. Dang. They were fantastic. Like Chris Sabo glasses. Oh, yeah.
What's funny to me is as a teacher, like middle school teacher and high school teacher, you see kids wearing Jordan, Larry Bird, like stuff from the 80s, but I don't ever see him wearing stuff from any players now. I don't know if I can name any players now that are in the NBA. I'm sure lots of people could. Lots of people still watch it. It's great, whatever. But nothing that rose to that level, right?
It was just a different time, I think. It was like now it's, I don't know, man. You rooted for a team and you stuck with that team forever. You're still a fan. Now it's you stick with the players. It's like, I'm a I don't know, LeBron James fan. So I'll follow him from Cleveland to the Lakers to the Heat to the Lakers to back to Cleveland. They don't care. There's no team. And I don't know, maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but that's kind of how I see it. Not the same, man. Not the same basketball.
Not the same. No. Of course not. No.
So this brings us to the segment portion called Good Idea, Bad Idea.
Ooh.
You ready?
No.
Good idea, bad idea.
Okay.
Space Jam. Is it a good idea? Was it a bad idea for Jordan?
Space Jam? Bad idea. Bad idea. Man, with Bugs Bunny and all that?
Heck yeah.
You
know what?
That was terrible.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved Space Jam.
We got the
original
dispensing ideas.
The original Space Jam, I loved it. The movie was crap, but the idea was pretty cool. And I mean, who didn't want to see Jordan on the big screen, man?
Yeah.
Can
I admit something to you guys?
Yeah.
Never watched it.
So
why would you even ask that question, Dave?
Why'd you bring it up?
The guy doesn't even care.
Mind your own business.
Okay.
You guys got to mind your own business.
Good idea.
It's ridiculous.
Good idea, man. Good idea. 100% good
So we've got one bad idea, one good idea. I think that's 50-50 tie. I think now I've got to watch it.
No, I mean, iconic basketball player with iconic animation.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna throw down one more here.
Yeah. We've got time.
We're doing duos, right?
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber.
Nice.
Yeah. How about that one?
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber.
Heck yeah.
I got a bunch of them. Robert Schmeigel and Triumph the dog.
Yeah. Yeah. So funny. So funny.
I laughed my ass off so much of that guy.
Heck yeah. Super funny. Super funny. I would say that they just did a thing where it was probably 10 years ago, but they wanted a Star Wars thing. I think they were waiting outside for like when Star Wars episode 5 or whatever it was. Yeah. Episode 7 came out, and all the Star Wars people are out there with all their stuff, and oh my gosh, he laid into him. It was so funny. And I love Star Wars. But it was so funny. I'm like, yeah, get those nerds.
I love it, man.
Yeah. Bobby, if you haven't seen it, you got to do the Schmeigel and Triumph.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen it.
In fact, I think it was a Conan thing, wasn't it? A Conan thing?
I think it started there. I think you and I, on that same porch that you're on, sat and watched it for like 3 hours straight, drinking beers.
Of course we did.
I got another comedy duo. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Sure. How about Key and Peele?
Okay. Oh, yes.
Key and Peele? I'd say they're up there on the comedy duos, at least within the past 2 decades.
I agree with that.
Key and Peele, yeah.
Okay. I'd throw them up there.
Yes,
I think there's so many comedy duos that just work, so well that it's hard to get them all in. But when you're remembering them, you're like, oh, I gotta say that one out loud, and then the conversation continues forward. You forget what even it was because there's so many there. Like one of my have is Ronan Martin from Laugh-In.
Oh yeah,
so funny.
How much time we got left?
We're okay on time. We got 12 minutes.
Like 12 minutes, and another before TJ starts. Another one was, and I love Kevin Smith movies.
Yeah.
So they had to be up here. Jay and Silent Bob.
Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah, I mean, they're not on the list.
Snoogie goodies.
I mean, and in fact, Brody's named after
Brody from Mallrats.
That's right. That's right. Spelled different, but that's where we got
one of the best.
Yeah,
that's great stuff.
So good, man. So good.
Hey there, little man, put that money in my hand. I think that's the only part I can sing.
Yeah, all of Kevin Smith movies were phenomenal, but I love the Jay and Silent Bob. But,
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Yeah. Clerks.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So they're there, and I think that was it for my comedies. Like the ones we've already named. And
all
right, T. Let's hear it. I got only a couple more.
Lieutenant Aldo Rain and the Bear Jew.
Oh yeah.
What? Was that English?
Inglorious Bastards.
Yes.
Oh, Inglorious Bastards.
One of the
David, have you not
movies.
seen it?
I've seen Inglorious Bastards. I don't remember their names, bro.
Lieutenant Aldo Rain and the Bear Jew.
In fact, I think
Sergeant Donnie Donowitz.
The DVD sits like right here somewhere on that shelf.
Nice.
And I'll pop it in and watch it.
That's one of my favorite Tarantinos, man.
That's a good movie.
Loved
one of my
it.
favorite Tarantinos.
Yeah.
It's
no Hateful Eight.
It's what?
It's no Hateful Eight.
It's way better than Hateful Eight.
You guys are crazy.
I know you like the Western genre.
Are crazy. You what?
I know you like the Western genre.
Yeah.
So I can see where you would say that.
Dude, but Django Unchained.
All right. All right. Yep.
It's Western too. It's Western.
Yeah, you got me on that one. Django's better than Hateful Eight. I'll give you that. You've jogged my memory. Nice job. I'll agree with that. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie. All right, I've got one. I don't think I've done one in a while.
Yeah.
And we haven't really delved into this genre yet.
Ooh.
But as far as this genre specifically, I would say they're the upper echelon. Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Good stuff. Can you think of any other sci-fi duo? I can think of another sci-fi duo. But can you think of any other sci-fi duo that has the same kind of like clout as Kirk and Spock?
I can think of one.
It will always be my friend. One of the most famous lines in sci-fi.
I can think of two, but not sci-fi, but space fantasy.
Okay.
I mean, it's got to be Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Okay.
Or C-3PO and R2-D2.
They were on my list as well. I had to go with Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock. I knew those two would come up eventually, though.
You can't say you can't call those guys sci-fi though, because people will get angry with you, man.
Wait, who's sci-fi?
No, Spock and they're sci-fi.
You can't call Han Solo and Chewbacca sci-fi?
I don't think so. I think people get really upset about that. I think they like it to be. I think it's like science fantasy or something. They don't like, or whatever they call it. I don't remember, but I've heard the arguments and it makes sense. So because
there's like wizardry and stuff in there too.
I guess so. I don't know. It's like more of a fantasy genre.
Sure.
And then Star Trek.
I guess it has those aspects to it. Sure. Okay.
I don't give a shit. I don't care. I like them both.
Fine.
Yeah.
TJ, Star Wars or Star Trek? You have to pick one. Don't say they're both stupid.
I was going to go with E.T. and Drew Barrymore.
Or ignore my question. That's cool. Bro.
I made you laugh. No, yeah. I don't care either way.
You got to pick one. If you had to sit and somebody said you're going to sit for 8 hours and you're going to watch one of these two, we're going to make you, or we're going to do something you don't want them to do.
Heavens to Betsy.
Pick one. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Gun to my head.
Yep.
Shoot me.
Wow. Wow.
No, I'm kidding. I like Star Wars.
Okay.
Star Wars.
Okay. Sure.
Who doesn't?
There's no real wrong answer. You do your thing.
Yeah, who doesn't, man?
Yeah. Even no is a right answer. That's fine.
No thanks.
I get it.
No thanks.
Dynamite, what do you got?
We haven't even touched on this genre, and you guys, I don't think you guys are into this anyway, but Mario and Luigi, man.
No, we're not into that.
Yeah, probably some of the best. Duos best, but they got to be up there in terms of iconic. A picture of them, you know exactly who they are.
Would it be fair that Donkey Kong and Mario would be first on the list because they were first in our hearts?
They weren't the first in my hearts. But
Get out of here.
In my heart, I'm not a worm. But.
Didn't he kidnap Princess Peach and she's sitting on top of the girders? He's trying to run up in the barrels.
He did, but I would still put Mario and Luigi up before Donkey Kong.
Well, you never sat on a Sunday morning eating your Fruity Pebbles and your King Vitamin playing Donkey Kong on your Atari 2600, right?
No, but I do play it. Let's see if I can pan
That was the worst cereal of all time.
Oh, no. My finger's in the way. I did build that sweet arcade sitting over there. And I play the original Donkey Kong all the time, man.
Nice. Good stuff, man.
I do love it. Mario and Luigi.
Can I get one? Can I get one?
Yeah.
One of the best female duos of all time.
Nice.
Betty White and B. Arthur.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, what is for being a friend?
And one of the greatest theme songs of all time.
Have you forgotten about our other two friends? The mom, B. Arthur's mom, and
oh yeah, Estelle Getty. Yeah,
Estelle Getty. And what's the
other one?
Blanche Devereaux.
Blanche
Devereaux.
Yeah. There was four of them. But I had to pick the two.
Yeah, the two that were the best.
And I think you picked the best too.
You picked
the best. So,
100%.
Betty White and B. Arthur.
Yeah.
If you ever seen Betty White in her younger years doing like stuff like she did on like Mary Tyler Moore stuff, Mary Tyler Moore show,
she was so good.
She always nailed it.
Yeah.
Mama's Family. She was on Mama's Family. She had a guest starring role.
Mama's Family.
She guest starred in so many television series.
Oh,
I mean, she was everywhere. Yeah, Betty White, man, up there. And what was the spinoff of Golden Girls? Golden Palace. Gold Palace.
The Don Cheadle.
It was dumb, but
good.
Yeah, but you get B out of there, B. Arthur out of there, who was the glue.
Yeah. They did not care for one another.
What's the best spinoff of a comedy series of all time?
Huh?
I'll tell you what it is.
You know the answer.
I do know the answer.
It's not subjective; it's objective.
It's Cheers.
Yeah,
was the
Frasier?
The home base
Frasier.
Yeah. I disagree.
You don't like Frasier?
I don't mind Frasier. I'm not going to go to bat for it.
Frasier, you'll laugh your ass.
Oh, I've laughed. I have seen Frasier. I laughed at it. I don't think it's the greatest spinoff of all time.
You don't think so? Which one?
I'd have to say The Jeffersons is probably the greatest spinoff of all time.
That's
spinoff of All in the Family. Archie Bunker.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And then I'd say maybe that, we just say you're talking about spinoffs all day, so I'm not going to say any of that. The Jeffersons. That's my answer.
Roberto?
Maybe that.
We got time for one more, Bob. Give us your best.
I don't even know if I should say this, but I'm going to. Tom Hanks and Wilson, man. What a great duo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, another great duo. Like, how can you act for 3 hours straight with a volleyball, man?
Nice.
You got to throw him in here.
He's the best.
The best.
That's why.
He's the best, man.
With Tom Hanks and Forrest Gump and Jenny.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that would have been good.
Jenny, I would tell Jenny to take the train.
Yeah,
I don't like Jenny. Jenny's the worst. Bone. Okay, we have 2 minutes here, guys. Let's do like a quick one.
Matt Damon and George Clooney. Matt Damon and George Clooney.
That's a good one. We have 2 minutes, guys. Let's give 5 that you didn't say. Okay. Bone, give me 5 that you didn't say. If you have 5, or how many you have that you didn't say?
I got a bunch of them. Hold on. Bobby, go.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Nice.
Mike and Ike.
Nice.
Ben and Jerry's.
Nice.
Wait, Mike and Ike. Mike and Ike. The candy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Did I say Bonnie and Clyde?
You did.
That's it, man. I had 3 more. That was it. That's my entire list, guys.
I've got. Here we go. My 5 that I didn't say. Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And then Kermit and Miss Piggy.
Okay. Yep.
Then I've got David Lee Roth and Eddie Van Halen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And then I've got Brian and Stewie Griffin.
Oh, yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And then, Bone, this will take you back. Spy versus Spy.
Oh, no. From Mad Magazine.
Yeah, from Mad Magazine. Great stuff.
Heck yeah.
Loved it.
Bone, you got 5?
He's got 5. I could tell.
I got a bunch of them. Jagger and Richards.
Nice.
Mick Jagger. Did we already talk about them or no?
Not yet. We talked about them last time when we did the dance. Peacock.
Matt Damon and George Clooney.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
Forrest Gump and Lieutenant Dan. I think we talked about them already.
Yeah. I think Forrest Gump could have also been Bubba. But
Yeah, 2 more in you, Bone?
Is that a real piece of paper this time, Bone?
It's not.
It's not.
Oh, here.
Nice.
Anthony Kiedis and Flea.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll take that one. A little under the bridge.
Not bad.
Yeah, dude. I went through my entire list, man. I mean, there's more.
I know we got it all. We
could go. We could sit here and talk for another 4 hours about it.
Duos, man.
Yep.
I mean, you got to say your wife and you, right? I mean, you got to say that. I didn't say that.
I'll go on with that.
All right.
It's a comedy of errors, and most of the errors are mine. But
100%. I mean, your own mother and father. You got to kind of say that.
Sure.
I got so many other ones. I can throw down the Itchy and Scratchy.
Oh, yeah.
Scratchy.
Ren and
Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis.
Yeah.
Itchy and Scratchy.
Nice.
Robin Williams and Nathan Lane.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Nice job.
Birdcage.
Yeah.
Wayne Brady and all those guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
All those guys. How about Scooby and Shaggy? We didn't say them.
Yeah.
Larry David and the lawyer guy, the Jeff guy.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
I would say Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And Larry David, actually.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Robert Plant and Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
Oh.
How about Statler and Waldorf, the old guys from the Muppets?
Yes.
That's great stuff. Sherlock Holmes and Watson.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's a good one. Yeah.
I just rewatched How to the Baskervilles, the one of the original 1930s versions. So good.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Yeah. The book is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
If we're talking about just funny, one movie, Billy Bob Thornton and John Ritter. Sling Blade.
Yeah.
What? Dude, I totally forgot Ritter was in that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great
movie, I think one of the best scenes in movies where they're trying to figure out what's wrong with the lawnmower.
Yeah.
And they're like, can you see what's wrong with this lawnmower? And he just starts piddling around. He goes, it ain't got no gas in it. One of the best, I think it's one of the best scenes in movies.
Yeah.
Like these 3 smart guys and this idiot guy just ain't got no gas in it.
Ain't got no gas in it.
How about DiCaprio and Jonah Hill in
Oh yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street? That's a good one.
That was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
David Letterman and Paul Schaefer.
That's good.
Ooh, yeah.
Fred Flintstone and Barney.
Oh yeah.
We just do this all night. We're 3 minutes past, guys. We can keep going.
You guys are
Scratchy.
Yeah.
They fight.
Someone
they
just
fight,
said that.
They fight and
Yeah.
fight.
Did we say Ren and Stimpy? Isn't that from Ren and Stimpy?
I think they were just
no, I'm sorry.
Ren.
That's from the Simpsons.
That's from Simpsons.
Yeah. Okay.
A little bit more contemporary. What about Troy and Abed from Community? Good stuff. Troy and Abed in the morning.
Community is so funny, man. So funny.
If you've never watched Community, Bone?
No.
Oh, check it out.
Chase, right? Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase. Yeah, he's not a great part of it though. He does fine, but I think there was tensions in the back in the backstage that caused Chevy Chase to kind of piddle out on Community. Yeah. But when he was there, they had some really funny stuff in there. But he wasn't the lead at any.
Don't watch Community before Rick and Morty though. Get off this.
Watch Rick and Morty first,
and then let's talk about it here in a month.
It's that good,
man. Rick and Morty.
It's that good.
It's phenomenal.
Yep.
Some of the episodes I have to watch multiple times. What just happened?
If you want to foster imagination, just imagine it. Not even being laughing at it. If you want to foster imagination, Rick and Morty is a great place to start.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So good. So freaking good, man.
All right, guys. Any last words here? We're running a little bit late. That's okay. We've got all the time in the world. Any last words,
man? I got nothing, guys. That was fun. Lots of duos.
Good seeing you, boys.
Yeah.
And we didn't even
y'all look good. We
didn't even scratch the surface.
We didn't. We just barely touched duos.
Great stuff.
I agree.
All right, guys. Well, we'll say our goodbyes here. So thank you for everybody for listening. We have a whole bunch of views on Facebook. Remember, everybody, I'm going to be putting this onto my YouTube page, and I will set a link on that on my Facebook page also. Don't forget to like and follow and all that great stuff. And do we want to set a date here, guys, for the next one, or we want to talk about that privately? Because we want to do one a month, right?
Next week.
Maybe next week.
Next week. I got a lot of content.
I'll be riding roller coasters at Cedar Point next week. So if you guys want to come to Cedar Point and ride some roller coasters with us.
Oh, yeah. You'll have to tell us how Top Thrill Dragster 2.
We're going to be heading over there probably. It's supposed to be a little bit of weather, so we're gonna play it by ear, but we'll be riding roller coasters. But you two and Todd can do it. You won't hurt my
do it. Is it summer break yet?
No, we've got 2 more months. We don't end until the 25th of June.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, but we don't go back until September. So,
well, I appreciate you guys having me. I know, I'm not as good looking as Todd, but I mean, I'm
You're
here.
Better looking.
All right. We appreciate you stepping in at the last minute, Dynamite, for TBD.
No problem. TBD.
TBD.
Yep.
We'll yell from the rooftops. All right, guys. Well, if anybody's got any last words, here's your chance. Everybody's good?
I got nothing. We'll see you guys in a month or whatever.
And I always have to end with correcthandedcomics.com. Don't get left out. Bye, guys. Great time.
Who day go Bucks?
Who day?
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Have a great day. Have a great night.
Yep.
Let me get off. Oh, gosh. It always takes me so long to get off the stream, Bob. I need to work on that. We're just staring at each other like a tea bags.
You're the